Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Trilby's Notes. Last time, we got another vision of the past a little bit further back. We found that the idol was actually made from wood from a box. So, the idol that holds the evil came from some wood. And we need to find out more about where that box came from. Finally, Oh, it's you, Teddy. I thought you might have been the serving staff at last. Well, sorry. Can I just chat with him? Ask about... Girl, I forget how to spell her name. Ask about... C-O... I think that's it. Never mind. They're just sitting there waiting for someone to wait on you? Alright. Alright, so let's find Siobhan. And there she is. Mr. Trilby, have you seen any of the hotel staff anywhere? I'm afraid not. Perhaps they go to bed early in these parts. Well, let's look. Poster. Three famed vintage advertisements for the 3 brands of drink decorated the wall. If they were originals, they were probably quite valuable. Stokazola. Play game. Oh, play game. Even were it in fully working order, I had far better things I could have been doing. Well, shoot. Okay. Look, girl. Siobhan sat patiently at the bar, idly rocking her foot, perhaps waiting for service. Kiss girl. Ah, too bad it's not. It's not King's Quest 4. All right. Okay. Ask about ship, or talk about ship. Talk, girl, about ship. Shwip. Do you know anything about the history of your family? Wouldn't be much of a history student if I didn't, now would I? I'm researching my family tree as part of my diploma. That's ideal. I appreciate this may sound like an odd question, but trust me when I say it's important. Did your family run a shipping company in the late 18th century? That's an odd question. But I do remember reading something about O'Malley shipping. I have to check my notes. I left them in my book bag. Could you meet me in my room in about 5 minutes? I'm in 2A next to our bed. Certainly. I'll see you there then. Alright. It's a date. I wish. Alright. Be nice to have a cute Irish girl. Alright, so let's go meet her in her room. And things are probably going to get spooky in a second, so I'll have to take a pill. Alright, so 2A, that means she's going to be up 2. It's weird that the first floor is actually the second floor, but whatever. And up we go. Oh, okay, nothing bad's happening so far. Knock. Door's open. Okay. Come in, please, Terry. Do you have papers? Must you always get right down to business? Come and sit down, let's talk. I keep switching accents with her. I can't really hold an Irish accent. How are you feeling? We were a little worried about... Oh my gosh. I'll just do regular. I have these moments of illness. What do you want to talk about? Defoe Manor. Oh. It kind of interests me. I was really into the media coverage of the incident at the time. This client of yours, the one who wants the figurine, what does he know about it? Well, has an interest in the occult, and there's some nonsense story going on around about it. Something about the idol being a vessel for an evil ghost. I wasn't really paying attention. Really? I don't remember hearing about that in any of the reports. No, you wouldn't have. It wasn't widely... Have you heard the story that Trilby was in the house? I could feel cold sweat drooling, is that the word you want to use? Drooling down my spine. Every fiber of my being was concentrating on not giving any outward signs of alarm as Siobhan spoke of my secret name with wide-eyed enthusiasm. No one believes it, but Simone Taylor insisted it was true right up until, well, you know. She says he saved her from the house. I think that's a little far-fetched. That's exactly what Abed says. He says a ghost is one thing, but throwing Trilby in it just makes it seem silly. Truth be told, I don't think Abed believes in Trilby any more than he does ghosts. He's so grounded in reality. A sensible attitude. Have you always been an antique dealer? But, Siobhan, please, I came here to talk about... Let me put that another way. Have you ever been an antique dealer? I knew it. The outfit, the hat, Terry Railby. You're him! You were in Defoe Manor. And now you've come here to finish off the ghost. Siobhan, I always knew there was something else. In this world that there was something better, more glamorous, just below the surface. Will you take me with you? Listen to me. There is nothing glamorous about what I do. I live in shadows that threaten to consume me every single day. And if you pursue this any further, you're going to walk straight into one. What are you talking about? There's something extremely dangerous in this hotel. I don't know what it is, but... Oh, no! Oh, ouch. Ouch. Shadow Realm had intruded, and there was a tall man waiting for me there. The tall man looked just as he did in my vision, stupidly tall and thin, as if he had been taken in two giant hands and stretched. Nothing in his face or body betrayed any emotion as he approached. Oh, what do we do? Not just sit there, that's for sure. This concludes the text of the notes found in the Clanbrunwan Hotel on August 4th by the S2P investigative team. At the time writing, Trilby remains missing in action. So yeah, well, it's a death. Alright, so what do we do here? What do we do here? Answer is actually pretty simple. Oh! That was unpleasant. Siobhan was out cold, but uninjured. She would probably be safe in her bed while I continued my investigation. Yikes. Okay. So she said her notes about her family history were in her bag, so... It was a perfectly ordinary student's backpack for carrying books and personal possessions. Under the circumstances, Siobhan probably wouldn't mind. There were a few textbooks, a half-empty water bottle, and a large folder marked O'Malley Family History. This, I decided, was my quarry. Oh, and something I forgot to mention before I get into this. Remember the last flashback? It started out on July 25th, and then it continued and ended a few days later, which would most likely make the date July 28th. Again, a significant date. I flipped through the pages until I reached the information relevant to the 18th century and read my discoveries out loud. The Liverpool-based O'Malley Shipping Company ran for 3 generations in the family in the mid to late 18th century until the loss of one of the clippers drove the company to bankruptcy. The owner at the time, Jacob O'Malley, placed the blame somewhat irrationally on a shipping crate, which family legend alleged to be haunted, and that had been the ship at the time. There are numerous tales of bizarre events surrounding the crate, and the story of the crate's origin is no less mysterious. It goes that a strange young man came to a carpenter's at the Liverpool dockyards with a very expensive-looking harpsichord, which he insisted be smashed up, and the wood used for whatever purpose the carpenter desired. He refused to leave until the instrument had been utterly broken into its component parts in front of his eyes, and the wood sent to be made into crates for O'Malley shipping. When pressed for his name, the man identified himself as one Jack Freehorn. The Rooms of Jack Freehorn, July 28th, AD 1778. July 28th. So what a trifle have you been wasting your father's money on now, Jack? What does it look like? It looks like a virginal. A harpsichord, actually, in the Flemish style. Quite old, quite expensive. But I suppose I should be grateful that something is distracting you from the occult for once. I fear you may be speaking too soon, my friend. Oh, I should have known, you and your silly obsession. So what devilry inhabits this magnificent instrument? The instrument as a whole is for the most part untainted by the ethereal realm. But its keys are what spark my interest. Unusually, they have been carved from centuries-old English oak. And that's the interesting part. I will not be disheartened by that sharp tongue of yours. The wood has gone through many incarnations before being incorporated into this device. Items for furniture, building material, in fact, just over 200 years ago, it was part of a wall. A wall of a certain inn on a well-travelled road in Wales. The unicorn? I'm so pleased you remember. I could hardly forget it, the way you have been obsessing quite heartily over it of late. Your correspondents persist in filling your head with rubbish about ghosts and demons. I count myself very lucky to have tracked down even a small piece of that hostelry. I know I've already told you some of the wonderful stories attached to it. And this instrument has its fair share of mysterious happenings. The usual batch of strange noises, sudden madness, and inexplicable deaths. See sense, my friend. This curiosity of yours is, for all things ungodly, has no doubt already befouled your immortal soul. You are a fine fellow, Wilbur, but you have not a drop of romance in your body. Now stop browbeating me from my inquiring mind, and let us take dinner. That night Jack was stirred from his bed by the sound of music emanating from his new instrument. His first thought was anger, mostly because the harpsichord was an antique and never intended to be played. But then he listened to the haunting, melancholy tune and felt his stomach roll inexplicably with fear. Who's down there? Wilbur, is that you? Uh-oh. Jack Freehorn was a man of modest means and desired little for comfort. The only pieces of furniture to speak of were a bed and a desk. That's all one needs. Well, maybe a dresser, too. Okay. The sparsely furnished room below Jack's bedroom was dominated now by his new harpsichord. The same instrument was now being tormented at the spindly hands of the emaciated intruder. It's probably a bad idea. Jack could not take a step further because he realized with the lurch that he recognized the dark figure that sat at the keys. He had read of this strange entity that recurred frequently in stories surrounding the Unicorn Inn, and the objects that were later constructed from its wood. And he knew with absolute certainty that the tall man would destroy him were he not destroyed first. Okay, we need to get rid of this guy, so what you want to do... Alright. So there's not much in here, luckily. Open desk, so it's easy to find out. Jack wasn't sure how to. Really? His desk was covered in untidy letters, notes, and papers he had been studying lately. Oh, a flintlock pistol given to Jack by his father lay gathering dust atop a pile of correspondence. Okay, so it's not in the desk, it's on it. Jack took the gun with him to confront the intruder. So this is the logical thing to do, but you can guess that it's not going to work given that this guy is still around. But we might as well try. You won't take me, demon. Oh. Wilbur? No. Oh no, but I could have sworn. You! I know you. You have... have... Please forgive me, your majesty, for my transgressions. I am a worthless craven fool, not worth a second of your precious time. I beg you, spare me. I will redeem myself for my offense. I will be yours forever, my body, mind, and soul. Thank you, my lord. Thank you. Identified himself as one Jack Freehorn. This may have been the same Jack Freehorn that went on to form a bizarre religious cult. A depraved group of paganist worshippers who were spoken of with much derision by conventional society. With my latest flashback, my knowledge of the history of the cursed wood gained another step. Before the crate, it had been a harpsichord, and sometime before the harpsichord it had been part of some kind of hostelry in Wales. An inn called the Unicorn. Why did that ring a bell somewhere in my recent memory? I'd definitely seen something in the Clanbromwyn Hotel that was linked to that place, but where? Siobhan? Might not be a good sign that she's not here. And of course we get another piece of paper. Victim 3, Freehorn. The third man who desired judgment was Freehorn, who had bought from those who made luxuries with the wood that was the prince's soul. The prince came and struck down the lover of Freehorn, and Freehorn knew the name of the king. And Freehorn said, I know you now, O prince, who was the arrogant man, and I anticipate your wish, and I will devote myself to spreading the teachings you have brought me, and the love of our king. And the prince was satisfied, and Freehorn called all those who would listen, and they formed an order of blessed agonies that would work to redeem the follies of the men of technology. Oh, stupid phone. The order of blessed agonies. That's something to remember, but not for quite some time. Well, we now have another piece of history, but we need to find a piece of that old hostelry of the Unicorn, and I think I know where to find it. There was something that I didn't look directly at, but if I had, I would have mentioned it. So, what more does history hold for us? You just have to find out next time on Let's Play Trilby's Notes. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.